welcome to the NEC big game. Today coming out of Penrith Park, and a real crunch match as Penrith takes on Parramatta.
It goes from Zabanovic through Izzard and Lee through Alexander, and Wolf got the ball back to Alexander. A flick pass to Connor, given over now to Gonzalez, inside to Roskeg. They're going to score. The Panthers are in for the first try. Mara holding it up. Oh, Lydia, he's got him fouled. Wolf's picked up the loose ball, and he's off. He'll run over the railway line if he keeps going. Bomb put up by Mara. A test for Penrith. Oh, he's scored a try. That's Gary Howell now, getting a handoff to Simmons. Simmons, I think he might have ferreted his way across. He has. Barry Barnes has given the try to the Penrith skipper.
Yes, fond memories indeed for the Panthers, and hoping to repeat the dose tonight. Penrith's team is Mark Levy, Brett Lobb, Ross Gegg, Ken Wolf and Ben Gonzalez. And they take on Paul Taylor, Neil Hunt, Michael Cronin, Steve Ella and Eric Groth. Robinson and Alexander are the Penrith halves. Quinn and Sterling will go in there for Parramatta. Izzard, Clements, Fenton, War, Simmons and Goodwin have the job of containing Price, Muggleton, Wynn, Mayers, Edge and Jerd. Tim Sheens, having a most successful year with Penrith, is the coach up here, and Parramatta under the guidance of John Money.
Kevin Roberts in charge of this match. The local derby between the Panthers and the Eels. The Panthers only need to win, and they're in the semi-finals for the first time ever. Cronin sends it straight down to Levy, playing against his old club today. In fact, there's been a lot of transactions between these two clubs. Gonzalez. Brad War.
And the charge down. Levy's kick has been charged down. Oh, that was a good cover-up by Izzard. That was well done by Brad Izzard. It was also very good marker defence by Parramatta. Well, Billy Anderson, it's certainly a crunch match for the Panthers.
Yes, the lure of making the semi-finals would certainly make them very resolute, but they've got a lot of work to do before that becomes a reality.
Neil Hunt. Peter Wynn. Parramatta's second row of Muggleton and Wynn bears the resemblance of a lot of attack. Cronin, Edge can't handle, knock backwards. No, that's a knock on, he said. So the scrum is about 15 metres out from the Penrith line, right in front. Levy. Goodwin. Clements. Jerd around the legs in 13. As far as television audiences are concerned, it's the reappearance today for Stan Jerd. And I would think a question mark over Muggleton and Sharp as opposed to one another as to whether this is the top Parramatta side. Of course, I'm not taking into account Brett Kenny. This forward pack is probably the one they would use at the cricket ground through the finals if Muggleton comes through today. Here's Taylor. Taylor getting his head jerked back, and Brad Izzard's not 100%, let me tell you. Neither's Paul Taylor, for that matter. Robert says play on, but Izzard's a sick and sorry boy. So is Taylor. Good pass by Quinn. And Ella's got through one. He's almost through a second. He'll play at 15 out. They're only on the second tackle, the Eels, but already they've highlighted some deficiencies in the Penrith line. Stan Jerd now plays it back to Stephen Edge. A decoy to the open, back to the blind. Up the middle goes Wynn. and Wynn is about 8 metres out. That's 4 tackles gone. Roberts scurries into position adjacent to the play the ball. Taylor holds one back, stands, looks to give it to Ella. But that's 5 gone. Taylor taps it ahead, goes himself, the little man, gets a handoff away to Quinn. Quinn can't handle, and it's going to be forced in goal. But the referee is ruling that the ball was lost in the field of play, and he'll put a 5-metre scrum down.
One of the things that had been suggested prior to the start of the game was that Penrith had everything to play for, and really Parramatta are playing...
Oh, dear, did you see that feed, Bill?
That was a good feed.
You're kidding.
Parramatta are playing for no improvement in their position. They're going to finish second or third in the competition, but they haven't started the game like that. They started very enthusiastically.
This is Kenny Wolf making a good run down the left touch line after some good hands inside. Let me have a look at Izzard. He's all right. Levy's pass is a good one out to Clements. Clements really is a Parramatta discard. We've only seen him twice before the television cameras. He's done very, very well. And the Panthers throw it about as Alexander floats a pass out. That's 6 more tackles to line. And the Panthers are really attacking. They're inside the 32. Gonzalez, he's up to the 22 line. Inside for his wing three-quarter partner, Brett Lobb. Lobb's tackled. The crowd is roaring. The Panthers, they know what this is all about today. It's gone on through Robinson to Gig. Flicked inside to Levy. Spread across to Robinson. Onto Alexander. Oh, he beat Cronin so easily. 15 metres out from the Parramatta line. 5 tackles gone. Simmons. Great little hooker captain. Taylor. Magnificent. Line drop out to restart it.
We've seen a whole lot of champions in Australia.
When you're the champions in colour TV, naturally you keep the same high standards in video recorders, just like Rank Arena and NEC have done, with the NEC technology that's made Rank Arena our favourite colour TV. Features like stereo playback and a digital tape scanner to keep the tape aligned for a cleaner, crisper picture. Rank Arena and NEC.
Gonna be your favourite video too.
However much you tell an avid gardener, there's always more to know. For instance, there are over 20,000 varieties of orchid in Australia alone. That's why there's now a supplement to Australian gardening. Here, every week, is the added information keen gardeners ask for. A thorough knowledge of pests and diseases, garden design, positive plant identification, soil science. The Australian Gardening Supplement. If you bought the encyclopedia, you want the supplement.
Announcing the new Holden Astra.
Giving up CD bars and burning wheels of lights. I'm glad I'm civilized now. I'm glad I'm civilized now. Giving up platform shoes and Marxist Leninist blues. I'm glad I'm civilized now.
I think I'll enjoy more Australian views.
I'm glad I'm civilized now.
New Holden Astra, the civilized hatch.
Nearly 2/3 of Australia's oil and gas comes from Bass Strait. Oil is part of almost everything we use, from the boots which stop our feet getting cold, to the flask which keeps our coffee hot. It gives us something to sit on and keeps us switched on to the world. To save importing oil, Esso are exploring for and developing oil and gas in Australia, both of which are vital in making products we all depend on.
This breeze is blowing in the same direction as the one last Sunday. Here's Levy. Well, he made the 32-metre line, but what worries me is that Parramatta had one defenceman up there. That was Paul Mayers, and he's just made a double of it. He's gone for a double and got it. But there wasn't anybody else within Cooey. This is war. Yes, the breeze is blowing from behind Parramatta, from behind the... Oh, Izzard, if he hadn't held that ball, was a chance. It's blowing from the wing where Neil Hunt is, if you like, diagonally down to the wing occupied by Ben Gonzalez. Sterling to feed across the tunnel, won by Parramatta, Quinn to the open side. I wonder how he'll go with Cronin alongside him, this fellow, Ron Quinn. He's been an able deputy, but I can't recall having seen him play inside Michael Cronin, his travel mate, if I can use that expression.
Well, as a 5'8", if you've got Michael Cronin outside you, all you need to do really is pass him back up.
Well, that's a pass that he didn't have to throw to ground and played by Lobb and spread to Simmons. It's gone to Matt Goodwin, tall, rangy, tough. Pulled down by Price. Alexander was standing on the blind. He's run to the open, but Muggleton's there together with Jerd. It's a desert, if you like, a desert Penrith Park at the moment, as is a couple of our other grounds. It's gone out to Levy. Jerd is down injured. It's come across to Gig. He stops and he seems to have an immense amount of time to do what he likes. And this is back to Fenton, who I think today is playing 100 for the Panthers in first grade.
Last week was his 100th.
I'm sorry. This is his 101st game. I suppose the reason for the announcement was the home ground getting their chance to give him what he rightfully deserves. Penrith attacking, Gig, Robinson. You've got to watch him win, getting it away, trying to get a high tackle on.
You have got to watch him, but he should have let that one go. Penrith had extras on the right-hand side, and he elected to turn it back in.
Good cut-out pass by Simmons, but it was an equally good tackle by Quinn, taking Clements to ground. This is War in the number 11, and around the bootlaces was Paul Taylor. Price coming over the top. To the left it goes through Robinson on to Levy, the run around for Robinson, and then he gets it back to Wolf. And Wolf is tackled just outside the 22, and Jerd is not 100%. Knock on in the scrum. Jerd's been nursing a problem there for about 3 or 4 minutes. Huge crowd here today. I wouldn't be surprised if the record has been broken. It's out to Quinn. Sterling to Cronin, but they're standing up very quickly on him. He gets it back to Sterling. Sterling looks for the opening. It was there, but Ross Gig closed it. And this is Cronin getting out from dummy half. And they take him to ground now. Here's Taylor. Now Price. Sterling was down on his haunches in back play. Muggleton's got the right idea. Breeze at your back. Why wouldn't you kick it on an early tackle? Now Levy has to take it back. Muggleton leads the chase, putting all players on side, and Taylor makes the tackle. And Sterling is still receiving attention way down the ground. There he is. On the halfway through Alexander to Simmons. Simmons puts the kick ahead, turns Ella around. Simmons goes ahead with Robinson, but Ella has come up with it. Sterling now falls back into the pivot. And here's Hunt. Sterling. Cronin. Jerd. Stand the man. He's made a bust. He's galloping inside Penrith territory. Muggleton flick passes to Growth. Look at the big man go. They won't stop Growth. He's a powerhouse of a man. The best winger in the world is in to score after Stan Jerd had run off a very neat pass from M. Cronin. See it again. Sterling, Cronin, short ball for Stan Jerd. And one of the most likeable guys in the game. Took off down ground. Muggleton gave a beautiful flick pass, and that was it. That was about the end of the section. Ben Gonzalez trying to give him a start. And Levy, too, was trying to give him a start. But Growth, you can't do that with him.
Cronin started it all when he popped up a short pass to Jerd, and Jerd ran into a hole. The play should have stopped there when Gig missed a tackle on Jerd. Jerd then looked for support, and he found that support looming up on the outside in the form of Muggleton. Muggleton flicked the ball back inside to Growth, and I'm amazed at the way Growth was able to score this try. He had practically no sideline to work in, but he went through 2 tackles, and over he goes to score a tremendous try.
You're looking at probably, and I said it in the commentary, I've got no reason to apologise or take it back, but I would say the best winger in the world in the minds of people overseas as well as here in Australia. Michael Cronin
Big kick. He's missed it. Parramatta leading Penrith in the NEC big game after an Eric Grose special by 4 points to 0.
Go Rocky, show me the way. Go Rocky, take me away. And all it make you feel good. Be behind the wheel, the feeling is real good. Go Rocky, show me the way. Go Rocky, take me away. Go Rocky, show me the way. Go Rocky, take me away. That's who.
I myself don't go anywhere near a garden.
So your wife needs a... Yes.
Ah, yes. BBC have really trimmed their prices for everyone to clean up. Ryobi petrol-powered grass hornet, $149, and scrub hornet, $199. And we make life easier for you with a Cylon swirl-on car brush at just $19.95.
BBC, twice as easy at BBC.
BBC. See for service, see for yourself.
Come on into BBC.
Taste the flounder in your fish. Taste the sunshine in your eggs. Taste the taters in your chips. Taste the chicken in the legs. Taste the garden in your greens. Taste the sizzle in your steak. Let the taste come shining through in everything you make.
Crisco, so light, all you taste is the food.
The Wanda Beach killer is alive. He is in jail for another murder and could be released at any time.
I know who the Wanda Beach killer is, and in tomorrow's Daily Mirror, I'll be revealing startling new facts about the murders. Facts told to me by the killer's cellmate of 3 years, and facts taken from an intensive 14-year police investigation. Get the facts exclusively in tomorrow's Mirror.
And there's an extra bingo card in tomorrow's Mirror. You could win $50,000 cash this week.
Hi Claire, how's it going?
I'm eating a Jeep.
Okay, folks, your best fun's on 10.
Why don't you guys like me, huh? Because you're a lousy doctor and a rotten person. Aside from that.
Every weeknight at 7.
Now put more elbow grease into that, Corporal. I'm all out of elbow grease. Don't talk back to me. Yes, sir. I saw the whole thing. Frank tried to eat Klinger's mouth.
Military men like keeping little mementos of our battlefield conquest.
MASH.
Then hold on to this.
Weeknights at 7, right after Eyewitness News.
Fed one. Oh, good tunnel. In fact, that ball came out between and inside the second rowers' inside feet. But, there are Parramatta players lying all over the place. Kevin Roberts has called timeout immediately. He's talking to Wolf about a head-high tackle on Quinn. By Jove. Crash. Players went everywhere. Cronin went to ground, Quinn went to ground, and I think Taylor finished up on his back too, but Quinn has copped a head high, which has brought a caution and a penalty. Foul play, so the first penalty in the game, is it? Thank you, Peter Frelingos. 15 minutes gone. Do you realise we've been watching perfect football teams for 15 minutes? Stanjerd. I didn't think this man could come back from the injury that he had with the knee being in plaster for about 10 weeks. He's not built for speed, Stan. He's built for comfort, really.
Penalty to Parramatta. You shouldn't give them kicks this easy anyway for Cronin.
But I didn't think Stanjerd would come back as quick as this on the score of fitness.
Obviously, John Mahoney's planning to use him in the semi-final, so he's moved him into his first-grade team as quickly as possible to give him the match fitness, but also to give him the opportunity to blend in with the other fellows.
He's doing plenty of huffing and puffing at the moment.
Let's say his first 40 minutes will be his strongest.
Michael Cronin from almost in front with the breeze at his back. You'd like to take the short prices. He's got it. So Parramatta leading Penrith by 6 points to 0. You're watching the NEC big game. I hope you're enjoying it. 23 minutes of the first half to go. The Panthers with a lot of work in front of them, although I hasten to remind you of this breeze. To me, it's got about a 6-point value. Here's Taylor. Sterling. Here's Growth. He got through one, but Brad Izzard did well enough to knock him off balance. Sterling, he's gone for that touchline again, and he's beaten them. He's found touch outside the 22 line. Penrith into the ground. Well, these are the right game tactics. Judicious kicking by Sterling. Rothman's medal Wednesday night. We'll have the exclusive cover of that for you, with some sports breaks into our normal programming Wednesday night, covering the Rothmans, and then Wednesday week we've got our own Daily Mirror Channel 10 Dally M Awards. Just looking at Greg Alexander, I wouldn't be surprised if he's on the stage at St George Leagues Club on that night. Levy's kick. Gross taking his time with it. That sun would have been into Eric Groth's eyes then. You're probably saying to yourself, why would he let it bounce? I dare to say that he couldn't see it. Sterling. Price. Warhorse. Cronin. Coming in and taking the first pass off the ruck a lot. Taylor. He finds an opening. He's gone inside the 32. Here comes the defence. He'll have to pass. He doesn't. His only support was Steve Edge, and how many times do you see Edge there trailing behind some speedy back? Here's Sterling, jinking, getting off his left foot, looking for an opening. And the little man is down 8 metres outside the Penrith line, but there's problems here for Penrith. They were in small print, but now they're in capital letters. Taylor's bomb, pressure again for the Panthers. Oh, it's a try for the Gibson man. Heller has scored. Oh, how easy. Well, Bill, I said it just 2 seconds ago. The problems are pretty big for Penrith.
They certainly are. Parramatta started the game enthusiastically in the first few minutes, and they've carried it on. And here you can see it was a simple try. Taylor put the bomb up. It was a spot-on bomb. It was a good chase by El. The Penrith had plenty of defence there, but they just didn't have anyone that could get high enough and get the ball. Up goes Eller in Australian rules fashion, and down he comes for the 4 points.
Well, talking of bombs and the headlines they've occupied through the year, you know, there's nothing wrong with a bomb or a kick in rugby league. Providing the rules are enforced correctly, I think it's worth persevering with. But then again, there's not many people that would agree with me. Steve Eller scores a try off a bomb. Quite spectacular stuff, really. And Sterling again is getting attention just inside the 32-metre line. Well, if they lost him, I'd go on record as saying they'd lose any chance of retaining the premiership. Conversion by Cronin. Parramatta leading by 12 points to 0.
We've got it all right here in New South Wales. Everything to do and see for you and me. The whole wide world is at your doorstep. New South Wales.
Get these great holiday planning books free from your travel agent or the Travel Centre of New South Wales.
Take a good look around New South Wales.
The Mitsubishi 4-wheel drive Pajero. With a 2.6-litre petrol engine or a turbo diesel, it delivers torque as well as power. The Mitsubishi Pajero. Every drive is an adventure.
I've got a listing in here and 5 ads in here.
Get into the
For 1 ad in here, I've got 12 in here.
Get into the pink.
A quarter page in here gets me 100 ads in here.
The phone book and your local paper. The two places people turn to when they want to buy. Get into the Sydney Pink Pages and you'll score ads in Sydney's leading local papers so cheap they're almost free. So come on, show the rest of Sydney you mean business.
Get into the pink.
Ring 268 9999 now.
Have you ever looked down in disbelief at the space where your car ought to be? It's happened to me. Don't bet that it won't happen to you. It should never be this easy to steal your car. 33 seconds. That's all it took. But if you install a car alarm from one of these 4 GIO-approved companies, Steel Stopper, Auto Page Cobra, Red Light or Yellow Light, and you have or take out a GIO car insurance policy, you'll get $90 discount. To this, the GIO will give you a further 10% discount off your premium up to a maximum of $30. It's a generous offer. Call the GIO now.
Penrith win it. Robinson, oh, he's made a mistake on the first and Parramatta's come up with it and Taylor's taken off and given it to Price and gone to Cronin and now it's gone to Ella. He's inside a man. He can't pass. That was good work by Brett Lobb. I'll tell you what, it had to be because it was absolutely shut the gate if he was able to pass. Look at Parramatta. They came up with the ball from broken play and they know exactly what to do. Cronin calls Peter Wynn inside. The big second row is looking for the line. He's pulled down about 2 metres out. It just took him a little bit long to get the signal from Cronin to go inside. Not that he probably needed a signal. It's gone out to Neil Hunt now. He passes. It's over to Peter Sterling. Sterling doing some light footing in there. Price is tackled now. Price plays it. Taylor runs it and passes. Sterling sweeps it. It's gone to Muggleton. Gets through one. Spirals around. Comes back inside the 10-metre line. 4 tackles gone for the Eels. Muggleton plays it. Edge is the man who passes to Quinn. Quinn to Cronin. The run around is on, but Cronin holds it back. Then he just flirts with danger. Gets a one-hand away for Price. And Price is tackled on 5. And here comes the bomb now from the Eels. Out to Sterling. Up goes the kick. Mears is after it. Gonzalez has put it down. And oh, Mears. He passed to Groth and Groth put it down. But it would have been a try. And now Penrith have gone in touch. Well, that's Eric Groth. Very typical Eric Groth stuff. Scores a blockbuster of a try and then he puts down the easiest of passes.
You could almost feel the sigh of relief from Mark Levy when he dropped the ball.
Sterling knocking on at the back of the scrum. Penrith come up with the penalty. Feed across.
Ladies and gentlemen, the previous attendance record at Penrith Park was 16,478.
Levy finding the line just outside the quarter. Well, of course, the crowd roars at these grounds every time flash scores come through from other grounds. And I guess we're going to hear a lot of those noises today. For the television viewer, quite often they're worrying, thinking to themselves that maybe they've missed something on the television cameras. But that roar, by the way, had nothing to do with progress scores. It's a ground record here at Penrith Park, and the crowd loves it. 20,500. Neil Hunt. Did they get 20,500 in here? Wynn across the ground for Cronin. Quick hands. It's gone to Muggleton. Muggleton had caught Groth inside. There's the flick pass from Muggleton. It's picked up by Groth. Cronin's, I don't know how he held it, but he's got it. Gee, Muggleton's throwing some flick passes out there. He's really turning on some fancy stuff. Muggleton out to Sterling. Here's Mears going up hard out wide. Didn't go very far though. Ray Price is the dummy half. And Price, he's gone through. He's picked up Steve Edge. Here comes Paul Taylor. That's him with the ball. I saw Ron Quinn held back. This is Ella. No, he's ruled the pass went forward. Roberts has ruled that the ball went forward.
I must admit I thought he was about to blow up a penalty, because Quinn was definitely pulled back out of it. Now back live, and this man is Robinson after Penrith had won the scrum.
Parramatta are stringing together a lot of passes when they're in possession of the ball, and when they start to do that, they're very difficult to contain and dangerous, and Penrith's going to have to do something about it, or we're going to finish up with a big score against them.
Gee, you know, as you look ahead to the grand final this year, I think it's going to be played between Saints, Canterbury or Parramatta. You don't have your road scholar to work that out, and that's not knocking the 4th and 5th sides, whoever they might be, but gee, we're going to see some razzle-dazzle stuff. The Mortimers, the Morrises, the Haddocks, the Sterlings. It's going to have everything. That was a very adventurous shot for line by Mark Levy, but it's out on the full, and this puts them in a terrible situation. 18 metres out. They will have the feed and the head against them. 12-0, Parramatta tries to Ella and Growth. Sterling to work it. They've won it again, Parramatta. G. Edge is getting some clean heels when Sterling feeds. And this is Ella. Sterling wants it to the left. Here he is. Run around with his look-alike, Taylor. Taylor steps. Look at him. Gee. He's about 10 stone 7, Paul Taylor, but he plays the game about 5 stone above his weight. He's an incredible little man. Sterling, Price on the run round. Loses the footing. Roy Simmons and Matt Goodwin making the tackle. This is Edge. Now Sterling again. Muggleton tries to back into the defence. Cronin's the dummy half now. Across to Sterling. He puts the grubber kick through. He tries to hurdle them. Robert said, I saw everything. Play on. Penrith ball. Levy. 10-metre line. Penrith into the ground. That's where we're at. Roy Simmons. Head down. Bulldogging. Talking of the Bulldogs, they put on some razzle-dazzle stuff yesterday, didn't they? But each of those top 3 sides, that's the point I was trying to make, Bill, they're all capable of putting on the razzle-dazzle, aren't they?
They are. Well, Canterbury yesterday probably opened up more than any game we've seen in this year, and I think that's a sign of things to come.
Here's Taylor using Growth. Oh, gee, here's a problem, but little Robinson went low, and he got the just reward by going low on Growth. Taylor pulled down by Gig. 6 1/4 minutes of the first half remaining. You're watching the NEC big game. Cronin, a dummy to Sterling. He cuts the play back to the blind, and he's there to back up Edge and give the ball to Muggleton. Muggleton got Hunt on the inside together with Taylor. Muggleton centre kicks. Taylor goes after it with Levy and Goodwin sweeps it over the dead ball line. Beautiful play by Michael Cronin. The crowd goes back to their seat. But beautiful play by Cronin. He switched the point of the attack and then went back to the blind to support Steve Edge, who looked to his right, Edge, and he said, that's good, Michael. Let's go to the blind, but there's nobody here. And then Cronin swept around, gave him an attack support, and then it was to Muggleton and then that. And this man bringing it back as Mayers. And that's the way I'm sure rugby league fans like to see him run. Instead of thinking about popping it, he's taking it more up to the defence line and hurting them by making them tackle him. Short ball from Price to Quinn. Quinn tackled 20 metres out. Right in front of the uprights, and Penrith cannot afford to let Parramatta in again. Price lofts it back to Gross. Gross out to Cronin. Cronin calls Growth around. Here goes the big man. He's heading for the corner. He's away from Izzard. And Alexander and Lobb combine to bring him down. But it's a thriller minute as the big Eric Growth performs some of his unbelievable strength and power runs as the penalty goes to Parramatta.
With the ball in his hand, Derek Growth would be the most dangerous footballer in the world. At times he tends to go to sleep in a game and you can't find him. But when he gets the ball, there's no doubt he's a marvellous footballer. And really that break was initiated by him. He backed around Cronin, got the ball back and made a break and almost came up with a try. And that's forced now a penalty to Parramatta.
Yeah, and to me, Bill, it's a very important 2-pointer. If Cronin gets it, of course. But I valued this breeze at around 6. I wouldn't like to go any further than that, would you?
No, I think that'd just about see it out.
And of course, if Cronin gets this, he's going to put them 2 converted tries plus 2 points in front. And look at that crowd, 20,500, a ground record at Penrith Park. Good on you, Penrith. Cronin's kick, he's missed it. Back to the halfway for the restart. The Eels leading by, back to the 22, I should say, for the restart. 12-0, Parramatta. I was reading with interest where Parramatta were thinking of using Penrith Park and not Belmore next year. It'll be their last year, we're led to believe, by the authorities. And, of course, Dennis Fitzgerald is fully aware that there are more Parramatta people live west of Parramatta who would probably come to a Penrith Park location and wouldn't go to Belmore. I'm wondering whether Fitzgerald is on the brink of making a decision to come here next year in view of this crowd today. Let me tell you, they're not all Penrith supporters. I'd say one in two. It's an even split here today. Jerd puts it down. And the tighter Stan gets, the more prone he is to make those kind of mistakes.
Well, errors creep into everyone's game as they get tired, but this is a very important scrum for Penrith. There are only a couple of minutes to go before half-time. To have any chance in the match, they've got to come up with a try.
Alexander tackled about 25 metres out from the Parramatta line. That was bad positional play by Alexander's centre. You might have seen him offer the ball to Ken Wolfe, the player with it now. But Wolfe was a mile away, and Alexander in these conditions opted not to pass, but it just jinked the attack. And it's let Parramatta's defensive line get set. Playing the ball now is Brad Waugh. Here's Matt Goodwin running decoy. Simmons goes blind. Clements goes hard. And they're about 18 metres out now. I'm looking at the timepiece. Penrith have 2 minutes in which to put some respectability into this scoreline coming up to the break. 5 tackles are gone now for the Panthers. And it's with Mark Levy for the bomb. A high one. The breeze brings it back. Mears gets under it with Price. It's been knocked down to Taylor. And Taylor takes it to ground. 15 out from his own line. And so it's Edge looking around for runners, but there weren't any runners. And Edge gets to the 22 line. Now it's with Sterling. Short pass for Ella. Ella pulled down by Brad Izzard.
Eric!
Here's Cronin. He's having a good game today, Michael. He's standing very strongly and getting it into Quinn onto Muggleton. Muggleton tackled. Price. Here's Ella. And Robinson pulls him down 30 seconds out from the half-time break. And this is Cronin. Just hands it off to Taylor. They're all jumbled up there, Parramatta, standing on top of one another. And it's with Peter Wynn now, who passes to Sterling across to Hunt. But it's very much a case of they're standing still and playing each player as it comes and not treating any one of them with a great deal of urgency. This is Taylor. Very shabby stuff here from the Eels. A lot of passing. They've used about 4 tackles up and gone nowhere. All for the lack of a bit of team formation. Taylor now to play it. The halftime siren will sound. There's the indication of last tackle from Roberts. It's been swept across to Cronin. Cronin onto Muggleton. They're not beaten yet. Muggleton puts it up. Growth has come from an onside position. Levy's underneath it. Takes it safely. That's the end of the section for 40 minutes anyway. With Parramatta going to Oranges, leading Penrith by 12 points to 0 before a ground record crowd at Penrith of 20,500. And as they take a break, we'll take a break and be back.
Tonight on Cheers, Sam and Di come out fighting. Normie becomes a swinging single, and a reunion in the back room gives Carla a chance to play a joke. But who gets the last laugh? The Emmy Award-winning fun of Cheers, tonight at 8 after MASH.
When it comes to looking after a car, these guys are the best. Mechanics, auto electricians, body repairers, tyre experts, brake experts. They're all authorised members of the Motor Traders Association. And there's an MTA member near you. A guy who follows the MTA Code of Ethics and guarantees every job. See this? The man in charge of the job signs the guarantee. So, for service and repairs, look for the MTA sign and deal with someone you can trust.
Nothing can make butter but a good old-fashioned cow. A Lowry, the first pure, natural butter to give you a choice. Now you can take your butter with, without, or with just a pinch. At a Lowry, we're rolling with the times. The choice is yours. The butter is a Lowry.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Presenting
Jumbo Money.
Everybody scratching, scratching, scratching. Everybody scratching, scratching, scratching.
It's a game with a brand new twist, and it goes like this. Check this panel here to see the amount that you've won instantly. Match any three symbols, clowns or tents, drums or stars or elephants. This new instant lottery game can win you $25,000 on the spot. So scratch Jumbo Money now.
Maxi, new range of bigger Econovans and light trucks from Ford. Big on load space.
Check.
Binnacle switches on vans.
Check.
Independent front suspension.
Check.
Single rear wheels or duals. 8 new Maxi models from Ford, including chassis cab and crew cab. High-tech engines.
Check.
5-speed transmissions.
Check.
The big new Econovan Maxis. Parts of the Ford Truck Force.
Welcome back to the second half of the NEC big game, but first up, the 2 Parramatta tries that has taken them to a lead of 12-0. It was Jerd running off a perfect pass from Cronin. He galloped over the halfway, the big fellow. He picked up Muggleton. He flicked past to Growth. And Eric Growth, well, you just can't give him a start. If you do, he's almost bound to give you a beating, and that's exactly what he did here. That was after 11. This is what happened at 19. It was just the orthodox up and under, if you like. And it was off the boot of Paul Taylor. And Steve Ella just flies higher than anybody and comes down with the ball. Parramatta leading Penrith 12-0 at half-time.
Mark Levy sends it down to Peter Sterling, and Neil Hunt brings it back. Just updating the situation for you. Parramatta leading 12-0. And Connor made that tackle in 17. He's on for Brad Izzard. And Izzard took a very heavy knock in the early minutes of the game. He's been replaced by this fellow. Here's Jerd. Whilst ever that scoreline reads 12-0 or thereabouts, I'm pretty sure John Money will leave Jerd out there as a conditioning exercise. Here's Wynn. And he's tackled midway between the 22 and halfway, his own end of the field. Spread for Sterling to kick between the fullback and the winger, which gives his runners plenty of time to get down there. In fact, he's coming down in front of everybody together with Taylor. And now Gonzalez takes it back, but he's cut down by Steve Ella. Wolf. Brett Kenny sitting next to Coach John Money, and third-grade coach Bertie Bass was there too. Had the pleasure of the company of both Brett Kenny and Benny Elias on Friday at the Variety Club annual Sportsman's Dinner, which is a tremendously successful exercise by the Variety Club for the handicapped kids of this state. This is Mark Levy. I tell you what, Rugby League came out of it on top. Players galore there to support Variety, and I had the pleasure of lunch with Brett and Benny, and Brett was there with his arm in a sling. I don't think he'll be right for the semi-finals. That's my opinion. Quinn, Wynn. In fact, Benny offered to cut his meat up for him. Here's Jerd. Sterling. Taylor, Quinn, Muggleton, Cronin. Handoff, knocked down. Penrith have got it. It'll be a scrum, and I think he'll order that it was a Penrith knock on, so Parramatta should have the feed here. Scrums and penalties. 8-7 scrums to Parramatta, 3-1 the penalties to Parramatta. We didn't have a penalty after 15 minutes of the game. And Parramatta coming up with this scrum victory. Quinn going across the ground, looking as though he's going to pick Taylor up on his inside. It didn't eventuate. Here's Peter Wynn. Now, Cronin's gone to the blind. Price is coming hard. There's Price with it now. Cronin and Ella are stacked out with growth on the right. They may well come right, although Sterling is standing to the left. There he is. Now it's Jerd. Coming off a standing start. He's not nearly as effective when he hasn't got some momentum going for him. Look at Edge. Taking him down to the 22. 5 gone. They might push the ball here. Sterling. Oh, Quinn. Flick pass. Oh, Cronin had the chance. In fact, you could almost see it coming, Bill, couldn't you? They had all their top guns stacked out on the right. It was pretty obvious they weren't going to kick. And it was a case of a flick pass from Quinn, and his travelling companion couldn't take it. Simmons. Connor. Penalty to Penrith. Price penalised for stealing the ball. Well, that's the way Robert saw it. Levy takes the line finder. That's a good kick by Mark Levy. 12 metres into Parramatta's area. Incidentally, we'll have Rugby League 84 at its normal time tomorrow night for Sydney viewers. But as from the following week, we're going to the same time, but on a Tuesday night. This is a good one. It'll give us a chance to give you the semi-final teams and do a lot more by having it on the Tuesday nights during the semi-finals. Long ball out to Gigg. He calls his winger inside. Lobb does that. Gets a pass back to Gigg. He floats it over the top for Alexander. Penrith have got to do something soon. It seems now is the time. Alexander is Clements is going strongly, but he's pulled down. 2 metres out from the Parramatta line. Alexander pulled down by Edge. 4 tackles gone for the Penrith Panthers. Across and wide to Levy. Bullet-like pass to Fenton. He's only going to pass it. Gigg. Lobb. Try. A try to Brett Lobb. Have a look at the touch judge. If we can get a shot of him. Brett Lobb has scored. There's something going to tell you that the touch judge was standing on the touchline in goal. That's his indication, without even uttering a word to the referee, that it's a fair go. Long ball from Levy. Took play out to Fenton. Gigg may have passed a fraction early, and Lobb goes in for the try.
This try was a long time coming, but it puts the Panthers back in with some hope. It was 2 or 3 long passes from the base of the ruck. Found Fenton out wide in the centres filling in. He fired the pass back onto Gigg. Gigg passed to his winger Gonzalez, and over he goes for a very good Penrith chain passing try.
Here he comes. He's got the length and the height, but it's just offline. 12 points to 4. You're watching the NEC Big Game.
In the beginning was the Word. And the Word was uncomfortable. But the years beget changes. Too hard beget too soft. And too soft beget unbearable. But now the word is comfort from Joyce Main Sleep City.
Yes, I've joined forces with the boys from Sleep City to get Mosar waterbeds exclusively.
And Mosar's flotation support system provides perfect sleeping posture for every body shape. Now these Mosar waterbeds are exclusive to Joyce Main Sleep City. You can choose from over 50 styles to suit your size and decor needs and get Joyce's famous top value deals. So you can enjoy perfect sleeping posture. Joyce is also offering this model for only $199. But remember, these Mosar beds are exclusive to Joyce Main Sleep City at Blacktown, Caringbah, Guildford, Hurstville, Liverpool, Parramatta, St Mary's, Newcastle and Auburn. Open 7 days a week.
It's on. The great Nissan Bluebird $1,000 gift. It's big, and people are racing in as Nissan gives you $1,000 on every Bluebird sedan, $750 on every Bluebird wagon. As a gift, you'll save. So join the rush to Bluebird. Get up to $1,000 rebate and save as Nissan dealers put up their best ever Bluebird deals. It's a gift. The great Nissan Bluebird $1,000 gift. There's never been a better time to...
Put your foot down, let's get united. Accelerate your savings rate.
United Accelerate pays 7.5% from $1 to $1,000.
Then that rate accelerates earning on every cent.
Over $1,000 pays 9.25%.
The rate again accelerates interest on the balance.
To 10.75.
So accelerate your passbook savings rate.
United's new Accelerate account. Add call convenience. Cash card access.
Accelerate. Let's get united.
Ever since the invention of twin-blade razors, people have been inventing ways to clean them. But Schick Ultra, only Schick Ultra has solved the problem with push clean blades on the Ultra Pivoting Head Razor. After a smooth shave from Ultra's Pivoting Head, Ultra's push clean bar ejects the soap and whiskers to be washed away. Ultra gives you a clean blade every time. Schick Ultra, all the advantages of pivoting head shaving plus a clean blade every time.
Tonight on Cheers, Sam and Di come out fighting. Normie becomes a swinging single, and a reunion in the back room gives Carla a chance to play a joke. But who gets the last laugh? The Emmy Award-winning fun of Cheers, tonight at 8 after MASH.
That's Connor. Here's Clements. Now Levy. Gross going back for it was Taylor. Now Taylor is going to use Gross. Here he goes. Oh, good tackle. Good tackle by Craig Connor. He just cut his legs from under him. As if to say, I don't care who you are. Cop this. Ella. Tackler Gonzalez. Neil Hunt. Sterling. Mears. No, it's a cut-out ball. It's gone to Quinn. Peter Wynn. Ray Price. Peter Wynn. John Muggleton. Good stuff. Inside goes Ella. Outside is Growth. Muggleton. He'll find Growth. Now here's trouble. Alexander pursues. He passes to Ella. That's a great try. That's a great try scored by Parramatta. Steve Ella picks up his second. Eric Gross making another long run down the line. Greg Alexander did very well. But this is where it all happened. It was simply run around and support football. Peter Wynn and Michael Cronin prominent. John Muggleton grabbing this opportunity back in the top grade with both hands. He was taken out of it. Gross was taken out of it by Alexander. And then it was Steve Ella, Johnny on the spot, and Parramatta goes further in front.
The try all started with a run around back in the Parramatta quarter. Muggleton carried play on and he found the ever-present Eric Growth back inside. We can see here what a tremendous player Growth is. He's able to keep his hands free and a good tackle by Greg Alexander. Parramatta were not to be denied of the try. Ella took the play back on and he touches down for the try.
Gee, Growth left his mark on this game. So has Cronin. Cronin's kicked it from out very wide. Parramatta
leading now by 18 points to 4 in front of this huge crowd. Bergman, Peter Bergman, I think it is, isn't it? Yes, on the sidelines for Penrith. Well, I was one of the people who thought that maybe Parramatta's run had come to an end with some of the football they've been putting together lately. And when you think that Brett Kenny's not out there today, you've got to be very careful before you even think or say that, but I'm already guilty of it. But today they've done some things that indicate to me that they might be just putting it together at the right time. Played by Connor, passed by Alexander. Fenton, the bearded second rower, takes it ahead. Oh, body slam by Mayers. The crowd appealing for a penalty. Played back to Simmons. This was the tackle. Let's see it again in slow-mo. And Mayers goes in with that swinging arm and then drops him to the ground. Well, I don't think there was anything really amiss with that tackle. Alexander kicks ahead. It might come off for him. Oh! He's going to put the scrum down. He's doing everything he knows, Greg Alexander, and I'll tell you what, he's doing a mighty fine job out there for a youngster. He doesn't care who they are. He's just about tried every trick in the book. Probably tricks that he's learnt by watching fellows like P. Sterling and S. Mortimer. Win. Handoff down for Taylor. Little hit and spin. 32 metres out from the Parramatta line. Here's Stephen Edge galloping into a hole. Making about 12 metres. Now Peter Wynn decides to hit it up himself, and he reaches the halfway line, and see they've used 4 tackles and they've made about 40 metres, and that's really a lot of ground to make in 4 tackles, all forward plays. Quinn shrugs off a would-be tackles. Now he's pulled down by Connor. Played back for Price. They keep up a wrap to the left, and it's Sterling drawing them, committing them, giving it to Cronin. Cronin inside for Hunt. Hunt's been unable to take it, and the referee is going to put a scrum down. Bergman going on for Penrith in 16, and Clements, the number 9, is coming off. Penrith winning the scrum. Robinson turns, finds Alexander. He's into an opening, Alexander. Then he floats a cutout pass. It's almost out of the manual, the stuff that we're watching from Alexander here in the second half. I know coaches hate commentators saying it, but just put his name down. He is a star of the future, Greg Alexander. He's got everything, this fella. Levy taking the touch finder. 18-4, a good kick by Mark Levy. The tap will be taken 15 out from the Parramatta line. Simmons. Hello, I saw that move put on by one Greg Brentnell back in 1975 playing for Riverina against South Sydney at Leichhardt. It's a long time between Gregs if you're waiting to see the move reenacted. 10 years precisely from the time that Brentnell did it at Leichhardt in an Amco Cup, and Simmons has done it here on television today. It may have well been done again, but I haven't seen it on television. Neil Hunt. Brentnell and Mortimer were the two that worked the magic from memory on that night. It's a cross now for Quinn, a hand down for Muggleton, but he's been snapped out of it with a good tackle around the bootlaces by Fenton. Sterling says, let's get out of here, but he's kicked it straight to Ben Gonzalez. Now, this will be an interesting chase. Mayer's chasing Gonzalez, and the big front rower will not give up. And then Paul Taylor comes across and axes him. This is Levy. You can say what you like about Paul Mears. He loves a chase. Goodwin. Pulled down by
by Mares Low win up the top. About 35 metres out. This fella is Simmons. Across to Connor. Then to Robinson, and Neil Hunt has just pulled off a good winger's tackle out there. And I think Billy Anderson will be the first to tell me that he had to make it. He did exactly what a good winger should do.
It was a try saver. Penrith had the overlap. Hunt read play particularly well, and he came in and made a ball and all tackle and stopped the progress of the play continuing.
I see Glenn Mansfield warming up for Parramatta. This young man that has done a couple of good jobs for Parramatta as a replacement. And Matt Goodwin got a little caution there from Roberts. Levy takes the kick for touch. Mares will be coming off. Out through Gig, Levy, Alexander. He's into another opening. He's found support. Kenny Wolf. Wolf scores right under the black dot. Oh dear. Have been opened up on numerous occasions by Greg Alexander in this second half. Having an absolute blinder in the second half is the young Greg Alexander. And he took them apart like a surgeon's scalpel. He just went straight through them. Goodness gracious me, I reckon he's given John Money plenty of headaches. And Ken Wolf picks up a try under the dot.
Well, I'm sure that Greg Alexander's not 100% fit, but it doesn't matter. Don't know about him being a star of the future. I think he's a star of the present. You can see here he beats the first man with a step off the left foot, the second man with a step off the left foot, then fires the pass back inside to Wolf. He can see the try line in front of him, and there's no way that he's going to be stopped, and in he goes to get Penrith back into the match.
Mark Levy taking the conversion from right in front. He couldn't miss this. Ooh. He didn't. He got it. I tell you what, though, Levy took plenty of dirt. Parramatta 18, Penrith 10. We've still got ourselves a ball game here.
Nobody knows Ferraris like the man who makes them. But Enzo Ferrari knows that a car's handling can only be as good as the grip in its tyres. That's why he specifies Goodyear grip. Mr. Ferrari's reputation rides on it.
Fitting Goodyear NCTs is the surest way to improve the handling and safety of your car.
Get Goodyear grip.
Is the interest you earn keeping up, or are you slipping further behind? Now there's the NSW Building Society's Inflation Fighter account. For starters, you get an excellent base rate of 10.5%, but you could earn up to 11.7% because your interest earnings are increased every 3 months to match the inflation rate. No other bank or building society can beat that. The NSW Building Society's Inflation Fighter account. No other bank or building society can beat it. The sooner you join, the better.
The Toyota Wrestler Challenge. To load 3 tons of blue metal with tough Toyota Wrestler, the skid steer that delivers heaps more performance with the most power in its class, the most torque in its class, the strongest hydraulics in its class, and self-leveling bucket. Toyota doing it right again with Wrestler and performance to load 3 tons of blue metal in just 1 minute 43 seconds. Try that with any other comparable machine.
Oh, what a feeling.
Wrestler.
Toyota.
Parramatta by 8 points. Just under 18 to go. Taylor throws the dummy. They all buy it. Play is 35 metres out from the Penrith line to the blind for Wynn. Oh, he's gone through them. Oh, gee, they were 2 bad attempts at tackle. Peter Wynn passes inside, and it's come down to Ken Wolf for Penrith. Peter Wynn, he went straight through 2 Penrith would-be tacklers. I missed their identity, and I think you'd be doing them a favour by missing them because, gee, Peter Wynn cut them to pieces. Here's Neil Hunt. I sometimes wonder about Peter Wynn. He's a tremendously likeable guy, and I think he's a wholehearted 80-minute footballer. But Bill, he sometimes gets lost when it comes to the art of passing and when to pass.
Peter's a very good ball runner. He's one of those players that beats his man on the outside, and he's got enough pace to go on with it when he's broken the initial line. But I think his defensive rate's good. If there's any errors in his game, it's probably just the timing of passes. But I don't think there are many footballers that are complete a lot.
Goodwin went in with a swinging arm. I think it was mainly, if you like, a claw to try and get the ball. Sterling kicks in general play. Levy's got it covered. But what looked like a punch from Goodwin, I'm sure it was a grab or a claw for the ball. It's with Simmons. Here's Alexander. Now Fenton. Scrum 32 metres out from the Penrith line. Ian McCall running the line for Kevin Roberts. My director Alan Catt telling me that Sterling and Lobb had a bit of a swing at each other a few minutes back. Off camera, it was only a preliminary bout. No goal. Peter Wynn trying to shrug off the tackles. Blindside for Taylor. And he gets back inside, but Bergman picks him up in the number 16 jumper. Sterling through to Quinn, holds it up and gets it to Ella. Ella's running high, wide and handsome at the moment. He comes back inside. He picks up Neil Hunt. He gives it to Ray Price. And Price will play it. They're setting up to hit the blind here, Parramatta, but Sterling wants it on the open. That's where it is. Oh, they've all gone left, right and centre, and John Muggleton said thank you. Passes to Cronin, and Cronin scores. Well, there are some boos amongst the crowd. They've obviously seen something that I didn't see. But Penrith were made to open right up by the Eels here. They looked as though they were setting it up to go blindside. Price got up, played the ball, and it went out to Sterling, and he just jinxed. Maybe that's what they're talking about. Maybe they thought there was a little shepherd there from Taylor, but I didn't see it that way. And Cronin just ambles across. Let's see it on the head-on and see if there is a shepherd here.
Well, Parramatta made it look all so easy. There probably is a hint of a shepherd. I think all second-man players have that little tinge of shepherd about them, but Muggleton did well. He ran into the hole, hit it hard, could have scored on his own. Unselfishly threw the ball to Cronin, and in he goes for the try to seal the game.
Cronin hits it. It looks all right. He's just missed it. Back for the restart. 22 to 10. Peter Verlingus is just pointing to the exits. There's plenty getting into the exits. Plenty of fans. I think it has to be said that though they're going home early, a lot of the Penrith supporters, they'd be rightly proud of the Panthers in 1984. He's done a great job for them, Tim Sheens. And though they might have fallen just out of the top 5, it's as close as they've ever gone. They've given it their best ever shot. And I think it's a sign of the times, a sign of the future. Let's hope so, because it's such a huge area. And overflowing in rugby league talent. And most of it that he's got out there running around the park these days has been grown in their own backyard. That's what I like about them. That's the turnover, and it's played by Penrith. It's gone across to Alexander, and it's on to Fenton, and now to Gig, and Gig turns it back inside for Fenton. Fenton gives it back inside to Alexander. He comes across and torpedoes it out to Wolf, and Wolf is tackled, nailed by Peter Wynn right on the halfway line. Alexander, Robinson, the tackler. Alexander, Fenton, Bergman. Inside for Connor. Inside again, but it's to ground for Taylor. Edge, Sterling, Muggleton. Quinn, Cronin, Ella. He's had a big game too, but as I've said before during the year, I think Steve's lost a couple of metres of pace. Gee, I just keep running into arguments with particularly Peter Flingos on that one, but I just think he's lost a couple of yards. Here's Jerd, 35 metres out from the Penrith line. Sterling, Price is the chaser. No pressure here for Levy. If you can say that a bomb doesn't represent pressure. Oh dear, this might... No, it hasn't brought a penalty. I thought it might have. Dangerous tackle. Phelan is on the sideline for Parramatta in jumper number 23. Fenton. Five for Penrith are gone. Oh, Alexander's been trapped with the ball. Turnover. Well, that's the only blemish on the youngsters' game that I can find. Jerd. Probably get a rest here, I would think, Jerd, with Phelan on the sidelines. Here's Taylor, busy again today. You've said it before, Bill, you'd like to have a few like him in your team.
Just keeps working all day in defence, and in attack, he's one of those fellows that backs up but keeps backing up.
Good work by Quinn. Hunt inside. Oh, Cronin's put it down again. I think it's hit him on the Lionel Rose. Let's have a look and see where this ball's hit Michael Cronin. This is the second chance he's had to score. He's good. Yes, it got him right on the point of the nose.
Announcing the new Holden Astra.
Giving up city bars and burning wheels of lights. I'm glad I'm civilized now. I'm glad I'm civilized now. Giving up platform shoes and Marxist Leninist blues. I'm glad I'm civilized now.
I think I'll enjoy more Australian views.
I'm glad I'm civilized now.
New Holden Astra, the civilized hatch.
Another first from the NSW Building Society. We've thrown out our old home loans rulebook, which is a lucky break for you because right now you could get a much bigger home loan from us and you don't have to be a member to apply. Just get this brochure from any branch to work out how much more you could borrow for a better home to live in or to invest in, but only from the NSW.
This yours, love?
Not anymore.
The wind comes off, and Brandon Lee in 22 goes on for Penrith. Edge comes off for Parramatta, so does Jerd. It's like a change of shift. Mosley. Stewart. Sterling, Quinn, Cronin, finds Quinn backing him up. Sterling, Mosley, across to Stewart, now with Mansfield. So Parramatta in one game have used all their recognised hookers. Ed Stewart and Mosley. And this has found touch, and I'm just wondering whether it came off Levy or not.
He made every effort to get his hand out of the way when he realised the ball was going out to ensure that they did get the feed and the loose head.
Levy. That's out to Fenton. And Cronin and Quinn make the tackle jointly. He must be looking at, what, 2 minutes? That's my man from the Daily Mirror. He reckons there's 1 3/4 to go. Calling for accuracy. 22 is Doran.
Looks like we might be seeing one another again on Tuesday night, Ray.
And this man is Robinson. Short ball for Levy. Levy giving it off to Simmons. Simmons tackled by Muggleton and Mansfield. Yes, we'll have a look at how they finished in 1984. That's a charge down by Mansfield. These other two boys are onside. And it's still play on. But now it's going to be a play the ball and a fresh set of 6 tackles for Penrith. Yeah, we'll have a look and see how they finished and who plays who and whatever at the end of this match in a few minutes' time. Simmons. Geez, a worker, Roy Simmons. Good sharp passing, and Levy gets outside the 22. Wasn't held. Got up, went again. He finds Brandon Lee in the 20. This is Gig, and taken by Hunt over on the far wing. Out through Robinson and Alexander and Bergman. Long ball out to Gonzalez and taken by Cronin. And now it's with Alexander. Simmons. He decides to change things around, so he puts the kick in. Ella can't take it. Price has got it. Price is into a hole. He's tackled about 15 metres into Penrith area. Parramatta leading by 12 points, 22-10. Phelan gets out from dummy half, finds Mosley. Mosley loves to look for holes and gaps just up behind the play the ball. This is Phelan. So these couple of fresh Parramatta forwards taking it upon themselves just to take these last few tackles out. Here's Mosley in the 21. 16 is Ken Stewart. Muggleton coming for a run. Finding Ella. And then Taylor. Taylor's put down by Alexander. And there's 5. And Taylor has cramped, I think. Let's hope that's all it is. Yeah, he's cramped up, Paul Taylor. Greg Alexander's having a close look at the treatment that Taylor's getting. As if to say, you all right now? Sterling bombs it. This is a lot of pressure here for Levy, because that man Ella was up above them again. But there's the end of the match. The siren sounding. Penrith bowing out of the 1984 race for the semi-finals at the hands today of Parramatta by 22 points to 10. Parramatta's points, Growth and Cronin a try each. Ella 2 tries, Cronin 3 goals, and for Penrith, Brett Lobb and Ken Wolfe their tries, Mark Levy a goal. And so Parramatta advances to the Sydney Cricket Ground for the semi-finals next weekend. Penrith exit from the 84 Winfield Cup, but they've gone down gallantly and easily their best performance since joining the big league. Let's go to the dressing rooms in just a moment after this break to see who's taken out the Man of the Match award in this match at Penrith Park today.
If the house burns down around your ears, or someone flattens the car, if your boat goes down, or any of 101 other misfortunes befall you, NRMA Insurance will straighten things out. Car, home, and boat insurance from the NRMA. Another good reason why it pays to belong.
Thank you, NRMA.
Nissan knows 2 ways to move the family. Vanette wagon, 2-litre Nissan Urban, both with
Nissan know-how.
Irvan SGL. More room for families, more features, more ways to enjoy. And even with all this inside, it's shorter than most sedans and priced for value. One great choice from the only range with Nissan know-how. Irvan.
Come alive, come alive.
Nissan.
Today's man of the match was the Parramatta fullback, Paul Taylor. Was that a better performance than Parramatta have produced in the last few weeks?